An Orthodox Jewish doctor in New Jersey is standing in the middle of our culture of death and yelling no. For the Colson Center, I'm John Stonestreet. This is Breakpoint. New Jersey is the 9th state to legalize physician-assisted suicide. According to the state's Medical Aid in Dying for the Terminally Ill Act, attending physicians can write a prescription for medication that would enable a qualified terminally ill patient to end his or her life. The Act defines terminally ill as the terminal stage of an irreversibly fatal illness, disease, or condition with a life expectancy of 6 months or less. Only the physician who has primary responsibility for the care of the patient and treatment of a patient's terminal disease is able to write the life-ending prescription. And what happens if the doctor's conscience prevents him from writing the prescription? Well, while the Act is clear that any action taken by a healthcare professional to participate shall be voluntary, it also requires the healthcare professional to transfer, upon request, a copy of the patient's relevant records to the new healthcare professional or healthcare facility. So, while it would be far worse for New Jersey to coerce doctors to kill against their conscience, does honoring a patient's request and making a referral mean one is still in some way complicit in his or her death? Or to put it differently, is the law still forcing physicians who want nothing to do with physician-assisted suicide to participate in it? Well, that's the opinion of Dr. Joseph Glassman. He recently filed suit to block implementation of the Act because he believes that being forced to even refer patients to doctors who will eventually kill them violates his religious beliefs. Dr. Glassman's particularly well qualified to hold forth on his beliefs. Not only is he a physician who specializes in the care of the elderly, he's also an Orthodox rabbi. Glassman told the Jewish Link that he was motivated to act by the chilling prospect of being part of the suicide process, which strongly conflicted with both, quote, my professional and religious values. After talking with several concerned Jewish community members on the topic, Glassman decided that his work in geriatrics left him no choice but to take a firm position. Some people who may oppose my actions, Glassman says, may say that I want dying patients to suffer. Has v'shalom. Quite the opposite. We as physicians, we have ample tools to alleviate the suffering for the living, even the terminally ill, without the need to license suicide. Now that Hebrew phrase that he used right there, has v'shalom, means heaven forbid. It reveals that just as Dr. Glassman is religiously motivated not to kill, he's also religiously motivated to heal and to alleviate suffering. In his mind, being forced to kill not only forces him to do what's wrong, but it becomes an obstacle for him to do what he's called to do. Now, the good news is a New Jersey state judge has issued an order preventing the law from taking effect until the religious freedom issues that Glassman raised have been adjudicated. Still, Glassman's case is a reminder of the increasing pressure that's being put on medical professionals to participate in this culture of death. No matter how often advocates paint physician-assisted suicide and abortion as, quote, compassionate care, many doctors, rightfully, still want nothing to do with them. Which leaves the dilemma of to what degree unwilling physicians should be coerced to participate. Even if laws include talk about voluntary participation, it's nearly impossible to avoid the machinery of death once it carries the force of law. Well, thankfully, physicians like Glassman are ethically coherent, and they're willing to resist. And Jewish organizations like Agudath Israel are monitoring new laws like the one in New Jersey and are willing to help people like Dr. Glassman to not violate their faith. Seems to me more than a few Christian pastors could learn a thing or two from the moral clarity of Dr. Glassman and the advocacy of Agudath Israel. No Christian should be coerced to participate in the culture of death, and no Christian who refuses to participate should find themselves alone in their courage. Has v'shalom, that Christians should be any less determined to fight against this culture of death. For Breakpoint, I'm John Stonestreet.